In January 2026, U.S. President Donald Trump's renewed push to assert American control over Greenland, a strategically located, semi-autonomous territory of the Kingdom of Denmark, triggered an intense backlash from Congress, European allies, and the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NATO, underscoring profound diplomatic and constitutional tensions in U.S. foreign policy. Trump revived the contentious idea of acquiring Greenland during remarks at the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland, asserting that the United States should negotiate for immediate control of the island and stop short of military force, at least publicly. He argued that Greenland's location makes it indispensable to U.S. national and international security, citing concerns about Russian and Chinese influence in the Arctic. The president also claimed to have secured a framework of a future deal with NATO Secretary-General Mark Rutte regarding Greenland and wider Arctic cooperation, announcing on social media that he was halting planned tariff threats against several European countries in response. However, NATO's leadership later clarified that discussions with Trump did not include Greenland's political status and focused instead on broader Arctic security cooperation. Rutte stressed that sovereignty discussions over Greenland had not been part of the negotiations. European and Danish officials have been unequivocal in rejecting any transfer of sovereignty. Denmark's Prime Minister, Mette Frederiksen, reaffirmed that Danish control over Greenland is non-negotiable, even as her government expressed willingness to discuss expanded security cooperation within NATO frameworks. Both Danish and Greenlandic lawmakers stressed that Greenland itself must be part of any negotiation concerning its future. The controversy has reverberated in domestic U.S. politics far beyond diplomatic channels. Members of Congress from both parties condemned Trump's approach as an affront to international law and alliance norms. Broad bipartisan resistance has emerged against measures that would enable unilateral presidential action to seize allied territory or leverage tariffs to compel NATO allies. Analysts have noted that such tactics risk undermining the cohesion and credibility of NATO, an alliance founded on collective defense anchored in mutual respect for sovereignty. Legal and constitutional experts warn that any attempt to use force or circumvent treaty obligations to take over Greenland could trigger an unprecedented constitutional crisis. Under U.S. law, the president does not have authority to unilaterally declare war or seize allied territory without explicit authorization from Congress, and doing so could fuel impeachment proceedings or war powers challenges in the courts. Trump's rhetoric has also drawn criticism for broader inaccuracies about NATO's role and historical contributions, including false claims about U.S. contributions to the alliance and mistaken references to fellow North Atlantic territories during public remarks. Fact-checking outlets have highlighted these misstatements, underscoring how the debate over Greenland has been interwoven with broader geopolitical and domestic political narratives. Public reaction in Greenland and Denmark has been intensely negative, with large protests under slogans asserting that Greenland is not for sale. Greenlandic leaders have insisted their population's self-determination must be central to any discussions affecting their territory. While Trump publicly ruled out military force in his Davos address, he has left the door open to aggressive diplomatic and economic pressure. Congressional resistance, allied pushback, and legal constraints suggest that any substantive change to Greenland's status, let alone its transfer to U.S. control, remains highly improbable under current international and constitutional frameworks.